All good. All right, so we're gonna call this public hearing to order. October 15, 2024, 6:33 PM. And we're here to take public comment on the general assistance ordinance and appendices. Essentially, this would bring us up to date with state law, but we still have to have a public hearing on it before we can vote. So we'll open the meeting up and see if anybody has any comments on it. No comments? No, I mean, we're just adopting state law, I think, so it's pretty straightforward.
Supposed to do this annually.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to close out on this. I'll make a motion here in a second to close this out. We're going to take a brief recess before the select. No, we're okay. We're okay to move on. All right. And then we'll start the selectmen's meeting. So I'll make a motion that we close the public hearing for the general assistance ordinance with appendices.
Second that.
Any discussion? All in favor? All right. So now we'll open up the selectmen's meeting for October 15th, 2024 at 6:35 PM. Old business, the solar farm moratorium ordinance.
I'll make a motion that we approve the draft solar farm moratorium ordinance. I'll second that motion.
Any discussion? All right, all those in favor? Oh, yes.
So the moratorium ordinance this year doesn't have any dates in it. So you might want to discuss when you want to have that special town meeting.
Okay. So. We're thinking about maybe doing that next Wednesday.
What about
Do we have
prior to the select board meeting on the 29th?
29? Okay.
So we could have a special town meeting at 6:30, select board meeting to follow.
Yep. That works for me.
Does that work for you, Sammy? Work great for me.
The town meeting will be at 6:30 on the 29th.
What work for you? I can do earlier.
It worked for me. I think.
Office stuff. They plan for that, right?
Brittany will be here anyway, so.
Okay.
So the only changes I need to make to what the draft that I sent you was the dates. Which would reflect October 29th.
Yeah.
So if it passes, that would be the effective date for it.
That date would go in all of these.
Correct. If it were to pass, it would take effect, it would be in effect for 180 days from that.
So for those people who are watching this now or watching this later, maybe we should talk about what this is.
Sure.
So what we're asking the town to vote on is a commercial solar energy facility moratorium ordinance. And essentially what this says is that any solar, commercial solar project that isn't already in progress will be put on hold until the planning board creates an ordinance for the town to vote on. Setting the parameters of future commercial solar. Energy facilities.
Yep,
Does that sound all inclusive?
I think so.
Okay.
And it would give us 180 days to draft the ordinance. Unless, from my understanding, we decide to push it out, but. I don't know that there's anything else on the planning board's agenda right now, so 180 days seems reasonable from my point of view.
And any community member that wanted to participate in that process can certainly attend any planning board meeting.
Or just send feedback to our board or to the planning board.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
I'm just going through it, so it's on the video.
Yeah,
Oh, good call.
If you guys was on the first page, there's a
yes, Judy?
spacing issue.
Oh, you got to unmute. You're muted,
Are,
Judy. You
are,
can't-
are there any being proposed at this moment?
I believe that there are some people looking into the process. And that's where I don't know where any individual is, and I don't know of any that have begun.
Thank you.
Certainly.
I have to check with Kingston to find out if the permit's been issued or not. I didn't have time to come today.
Any other discussion? No? All right. So the motion was to approve the draft. And we'll have the special town meeting on the 29th at the beginning of the select board meeting, and then we'll move right into the meeting. Yep. All right. All those in favor, Bob, aye.
Azalea, I,
Peter, right?
Sandra, I.
Right.
the date wasn't part of my motion, do right. Yeah,
Well, now you can make a motion.
yeah, I'm gonna make a motion that we set a special town meeting to occur on October 29th at 6:30 with a select board meeting to follow.
I will second that motion.
All right. Any further discussion? All in favor, Bob, aye.
Azalea, I.
Peter, right?
Sandra, I.
Thanks. All right. New business, consent agenda.
Will make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
All right, discussion. There's an RSU update in here.
So there is an RSU meeting taking place at the same time as this meeting right now.
Yes. We probably all heard they had to shut down Mexico Middle School. And I'm sure that's being discussed over there right now. And then the animal control officer for very detailed.
Yeah.
Necessary to be very busy.
I like it, yeah.
Is doing a phenomenal job. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. I will know that responsible pet care does not have any room to chat right now.
Mm.
That's what you see.
These materials are there available online.
They're all posted online and for value right now.
Okay, so anybody who wants to look at any of these reports
The reports being the update to the RSU 10, their update for the month of September and October, as well as the monthly overview for Buckfield's animal control for September.
Making me follow the whole page right here.
Thank you, Cam.
Nice. But yeah, he's been busy. It's a little bit shocking to see all the cases he's had
I
to deal
know,
with.
like the heat map.
Yeah, exactly.
Right here.
Whew.
Warehouse.
Right. And the total on the warrants is $117,294.82. Any further discussion? All in favor? Bob, aye.
Azalea, aye.
Peter, I.
Sandra, I.
All right. Approval of the minutes from the October 1st, 2024 select board meeting.
I will make a motion that we approve the Buckfield Select Board meeting minutes from October 1st, 2024 with changes to be discussed.
I will second that motion.
Thank you. Nothing major. I just noticed that under fire department billing discussion, under conclusion, Vivian Wattis's name is Vivian Wattis.
Oh,
That's it.
Yeah, Aaron. Check yourself. Just follow.
There we go. Didn't even touch that one.
I thought I had a good job.
No worries. We will now.
all right. Any further discussion?
Oh,
Oh,
that's why I messed up like that. So that, under conclusion two, that whole section should be struck from that. The only conclusion there should be consensus in both creating an ordinance, and then I created this down here, you can see where it says Michelle Casey. Vivian Wattis.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
so that one shouldn't even be there. So that can be removed from section first.
want to make a new motion as amended or?
I mean, I said all changes.
Okay.
It's best class, so.
Works for me. All right, all those in favor, Bob, aye.
Azalea, aye.
Peter, I.
Sandra, I.
Right. General assistance ordinance. New version.
Okay, we'll make a motion to adopt the new version of the general assistance ordinance with appendices.
I'll second that motion.
All right, discussion. All right, all those in favor, Bob, aye.
Azalea, aye.
Peter, I.
Sandra, I.
Maine Waste Energy Board of Directors appointment. Motion to appoint the town manager, Cameron Hinckley, to the Maine Waste Energy Board of Directors for the town of Buckfield. Lucky you.
I will second that motion.
All right. Any further discussion?
No, quickly.
All right. All those in favor, Bob, aye.
Azalea, aye.
Peter, I.
Sandra, I.
Election clerk appointment.
I will make a motion that we appoint Catherine Pomelo, as an election clerk with a term ending on April 30th, 2026.
I will second that motion.
All right, any discussion?
Thank you, Catherine.
Yes.
Very important.
Mhm. All those in favor, Bob, aye.
Azalea, aye.
Peter, I.
Sandra, I.
Right, and planning board appointment.
I'd like to move that we appoint John Petroselli to a one-year term as an alternate for the Buckfield Planning Board.
I'll second that. Any discussion?
So this means that if there is an absence at a board meeting, he will step in for that absent person, is that correct?
Or if there's a vacancy, vacancy.
Well,
So we currently have 5. That's the only opening is for an alternate, so.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
one to
Yeah,
full staff.
yeah, that's great.
In a week.
And a week.
Any thoughts on if we lose a planning board member, we will have a board majority that is, I'm assuming in one family?
Well,
Same
there,
last name?
John does not live in Germany there.
Right, yeah.
It goes back to that whole. There's nothing in law that says that you can't be around each other, you just can't discuss planning board. So I mean, optics, I definitely see what you're saying, but. As long as they're not discussing planning board things at the family code out.
And if I can't imagine this would happen, but if in any circumstance there was evidence of impropriety of any kind, the board could remove somebody from any position.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, it's tough in a small town, right? I mean,
yeah,
no, it's,
that's a good point. What if they had to bring something to the planning board?
And they'd have to recuse themselves.
yeah,
what if they were all three?
Well, he's an alternate.
So what I'm just saying, if it happens to be that he filled a spot, now there's three of them.
But it's two separate. They don't own.
No.
So John just won't do any joint ventures. That needs to go.
All that stuff. Trying to be issues, but
But we need to discuss the possibilities. Responsible.
yeah,
I would suggest we just that as it comes up. I mean, if something goes before the planning board, and any member from the planning board would have to abstain from it, whereas. If you kept if the original five are there. Your majority would be the other three.
Mhm.
Now, if they did lose one, I get that'd be 2-2, but. The odds of that happening,
Well, there's no bridge for it.
I would imagine it was big enough. I don't know, one of them would resign, and the other one could abstain, and somebody else could. Take over, but they don't currently have anything. Before, that would have to be seen by the planning board, so.
all right. Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor, Bob, aye.
Zelia, I.
Peter, I.
Sandra, I.
All right, I've moved through these items so fast, I missed half this motions in seconds.
It's on video,
I know, that means I have to go back and watch it.
but at least it's short.
It's a short video.
We can fill it in.
Other business, we had the solid waste meeting. What date was that?
Sometime recently.
Yeah, last week,
Last Tuesday.
last Tuesday.
Yeah, October 8th.
Yeah, over with Sumner.
Yeah.
Gracious hosts, and they had quite a turnout over there. And we're going to hold a follow-up meeting. Did we do that?
Our next solid waste committee meeting is scheduled before the November 19th meeting. So I believe we set a time of, let me double check.
5:30?
Yes.
Yep.
5:30 is when our next solid waste committee meeting will be. It'll happen here, right before our next select board meeting. We'll be addressing some swap shop, sore spots, and that sort of thing.
Oh, wait. For three? See your calendar?
November 19th.
Oh, okay. You had said next meeting, and I was like, well, this is still.
Yeah,
How many?
yeah,
Sorry,
November 19th. Yeah,
And that's all.
And that is here in Buckfield.
yeah, I think we're hoping to invite Don over. Yeah.
And I'll be talking to him before then as well.
Yeah,
So I can get, if he isn't able to make that date, we can still get information with him.
yep.
But yes, hopefully he will be able to be in attendance.
Yes, Sandra.
I would like to make a motion that at the upcoming special town meeting, there be a warrant article to see if the town will vote to set December 15th, 2024 as the due date for the first half of the 24-25 property taxes.
I'll second that. So,
So for a little
Discussion,
discussion,
yes.
background information. Our town manager and the staff in this building have been working very hard to make sure that all information is accurate and correct. Come to my attention that there's been a snag in the computer software that has nothing to do with any action of anybody who works for the town of Buckfield. And that is holding up the process of being able to go through the process of commitment for taxes. I know that they are working very, very hard to get that solved and get things out as soon as possible. The fact that it will be delayed, I believe, less than 2 weeks. Hopefully a lot less than that before commitment happens and tax bills go out. That we should extend that we should ask the voters if they wish to extend the due date. Therefore giving people more time before interest will be charged.
Mhm.
So that's where this motion is coming from.
that makes sense to me.
So I understand it. All of the information is in the computer, but the bridge to get it from one software to another software isn't working as it should. And that can't be rectified in a short period of time. Plan B is to enter all of the data by hand, which could be done, but
Much more tedious.
much more tedious, I think leaves more room for error.
Mhm.
But if the whole computer thing can't be solved,
Yep.
I would support the town office going to Plan B next week, because people should not have to
Yep.
wait a long time.
Yes, Cam.
I just want to correct the record because I don't want, so it's not the bridge itself. Right now, it's the Catalyst Patriot database. We're getting an error when we try to run the extract file. So Catalyst is currently looking at it to figure out what's causing the error, because we need that extract file to load in Trio. Everything's set up in Trio. From what I hear, I had a discussion with Colleen. It's working, minus some minor issues, but it's pulling the extracts in the database that's causing issues right now.
So it's not an issue with Trio either.
No, I got in touch with Trio, we got the interface set up, they got it uploaded into our account and everything's ready to go. I have to pull that extract file, and that extract file is something when they set the database up is creating an issue, so they're looking into it now. And hopefully they'll have it fixed by tomorrow or this week or sometime soon, so that we can do that. I've already spoken to somebody at Trio who's waiting for my phone call so that he can walk me through running it. We'll do it in Play first, which is basically our Trio, but the fake version. It doesn't mess anything up, and then if it works there, then roll it out on the other side.
Thank you for correcting me.
I just wanted to give Trio a machine.
Yes.
All right, so any further discussion on that? So we're gonna have the special town meeting on the
29.
29th.
So it would be adding. Adding an article to. The special town meeting.
Gotcha. All right. All those in favor? Bob, aye.
Azalea, I.
Peter, I.
Sandra, I.
Yes, Ken.
Now you're gonna need a motion to approve this warrant. I don't know if you wanna read it, but it's on record, so I don't screen.
It says, greetings, in the name of the state of Maine, you are hereby required to notify and warn the inhabitants of the town of Buckfield and said county, state qualified by law to vote in town affairs. To appear at the municipal center in said town on Tuesday, the 29th day of October 2024 at 6:30 PM. Then and there to act upon Article 1 and 2 as set out below. 1, 2, and 3 as set out below. Article 1, to elect a moderator to preside over said meeting. Article 2, shall an ordinance entitled the Town of Buckfield Commercial Solar Facility Moratorium Ordinance be enacted. Article 3, to see if the town will vote to set December 15th, 2024 as the due date for the first half of the 2024 to 2025 property taxes and May 15th, 2025 as the due date for the second half of the 2024-2025 property taxes. After which interest will be charged at a rate of 4% per year or part thereof on taxes unpaid after the date in accordance with 36 MRS subsection 505(4). Per 36 MRS subsection 505(4), the maximum rate of interest that can be charged is 8.5. This treasurer of the state sets this rate each year. I will, what's the motion I'm making again?
Motion to approve the warrant. Yes, I should tell.
I will make a motion to approve the warrant for the special town meeting to be held on October 29th, 2024.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion?
Just for clarification, that Article 3 that you just read, as far as the dates and the interest. All of that is exactly the same as what stands now, with the exception of moving that first date from November 15th to December 15th.
Thank you for the clarification.
Right.
Just for people out there listening.
Yes. Thank you. All right, any other discussion? All right, all in favor, Bob, aye.
Azalea, I.
Peter, I.
Sandra, I.
There we go. Any other business? All right, public comment? Neil says no. No, all right. And no need for executive session that I'm aware of. All right. So I'll make a motion that we adjourn this meeting at 7:01 PM.
I will second.
All those in favor? Bye-bye.
Azalea, I.
Peter, I.
Sandra, I.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.